Pick the wrong tire, and you are throwing $400 straight into the pavement. Today, we are cutting through 6 all-season options with fresh 2026 data, so you land on the one tire that actually earns every mile. One right call, 0 regrets. The wrong all-terrain tire does not just underperform, it fails you. It fails you on a wet highway at 70 miles an hour. It fails you the first time a dirt road turns into a mud pit. And it fails your wallet quietly every month in fuel you never get back. We investigated, so you do not have to. By the end of this ranking, you will know exactly which tire survives the real world, which ones are just marketing, and which single pick is worth every dollar in 2026. Let's get into it. If you need a tire that can take a rocky trail and still behave on the freeway home, this one deserves your attention. Coming in at number 5, the Toyo Open Country A/T3, sitting at $298.02 a tire. Right away, that price puts it in serious contention. Toyo built this thing with a cut-and-chip resistant rubber compound. What that actually means for you, rocks, gravel, rough pavement, none of it shreds the tread the way softer compounds let it happen. You get longevity where it counts most, off-road grip, wet road confidence, and a ride quiet enough that your passengers stop complaining. At over 54 pounds per tire, you feel the substance. This is not a lightweight compromise. Buyers rate it 4.1 out of 5, though the review pool is still thin, so call that a cautious signal rather than a verdict. If you do a mix of highway miles and weekend trail runs, it checks real boxes. But here is where I have to be straight with you. Limited real-world data means we cannot crown it without hesitation. It earns its spot at 5, but the tire coming in at number 4? The data there gets a whole lot more interesting. Coming in at number 4, the Cooper Discoverer AT3XLT. If you are hauling serious weight off the beaten path, this is the tire built for that exact punishment. $400 per tire. But hear me out before you flinch at that number. You are not just buying rubber. You are buying a 60,000-mile tread wear warranty on a tire rated for heavy loads with an aggressive sidewall that climbs rocks and plows mud without shredding itself apart. Those rugged traction shoulders are not a marketing line. They are there to resist abrasion and punctures when the terrain stops being polite. Nearly 1,000 buyers gave this a 4.7 out of 5. That kind of rating on a load-rated all-terrain is not an accident. Where does it fall short? Without deeper real-world test data in hand, we cannot push it any higher in this countdown with full confidence. And that is the honest truth. Solid, capable, built tough. But the tire sitting at number 3 is where this ranking starts getting genuinely hard to ignore. If you need one tire that genuinely works on dirt, gravel, and the highway home, meet the General Tire Grabber A/TX. Coming in at number 3, sitting at $295.99, this is where the value argument starts getting serious. 420 buyers have rated it 4.6 out of 5. That is not a marketing number. That is real people putting real miles on this thing. General engineered the Grabber A/TX to split the difference. Rugged, aggressive tread that bites off-road, but quiet enough that your passengers stop asking what that noise is. And that tread life warranty backs it up to 60,000 miles. That means years of actual driving before you are back on this page shopping again. For most buyers living that mixed terrain life, that math makes sense. Now, the honest part, if pure on-road refinement is your only priority, something higher on this list edges it out. But if you are running both worlds and watching your budget, the Grabber A/TX is a tire that refuses to apologize for its price. Number 2, though, that one changes the conversation entirely. Coming in at number 2, and honestly, this one earns its spot every single time. If you are pushing your truck hard through mud, rocks, snow, and then jumping straight onto the interstate for a 3-hour haul home, this is the tire that does not blink. The BF Goodrich All-Terrain T/AKO2, $301. Remember that number, because for what this tire delivers, it borders on unfair. The KO2 carries a severe winter rating. That 3-peak mountain snowflake stamp means it has been certified to perform in real snow, not just tolerate a light frost. That is a hard qualification most all-terrains quietly skip. It runs interlocking tread elements that stabilize the center while still giving you biting edges when the road disappears. The footprint is engineered for even stress distribution, which translates to longer, more uniform wear over time. Your wallet feels that difference in year 2 and 3. 4.8 stars across over 1,200 reviews. That is not a fluke. That is a pattern. The only buyer who should skip it is someone who never leaves pavement. But if you do, this tire refuses to let you down. Now, the number 1 pick. That one does something neither of these can fully claim. If you want one tire that handles a muddy trail on Saturday and a clean highway commute on Monday without missing a beat, this is it. Number 1, the Falcon Wild Peak A/T4W. Right around $210. That price alone should stop you cold, because what you are getting here is genuinely hard to argue with. Falcon engineered this thing for the full spectrum: mud, gravel, rocky terrain, and everything in between. then brought it back to the highway without punishing you for it. The sidewalls are built tough enough to take real abuse off-road. The tread depth is generous enough to handle a serious winter without you questioning your life choices on an icy on-ramp. Buyers are responding. It carries a 4.9 out of 5 across 84 reviews, which at this price point is almost unfair to the competition. That rating does not happen by accident. It happens because the tire actually delivers in the real world, not just on a spec sheet. This is the pick for the driver who refuses to choose between adventure and reliability. If that is you, the link is in the description. So let's put all three side by side and make this simple. Coming in at number 3, you have a tire that earns its keep on dry pavement and light rain. Solid commuter choice, but push it into serious wet conditions and it starts to show its limits. Good tire, wrong scenario for a lot of you watching. Next on our list, number 2 steps up the game. Better wet grip, quieter highway manners, and a price point that genuinely surprised us. If most of your miles are mixed highway and suburban roads, that is your sweet spot. But the one that surprised us most is our top pick. It does not make you compromise. Wet, dry, or weekend adventure, it handles the full picture. That is the difference between a tire you settle for and one you are glad you bought. And there it is. We went through every contender, cut the noise, and the verdict held. Our number 1 pick earned that spot the hard way. No compromises, no asterisks. If you watch this whole breakdown, you now know more than most drivers shopping for tires in 2026. That is not an accident. That is the whole point of what we do here. Wrong tires cost you more than money. They cost you confidence on every wet road and every hard stop. Do not let that happen. Hit subscribe so you never walk into a tire decision blind again. Links are in the description. We did the homework, you make the call. Links are in the description. Check current prices before they move. Subscribe now. More rankings drop every week and you deserve to stay ahead of every bad tire on the market.